What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ooch back at it with another vlog. It is day 6, 7. I'm over here losing track with the episodes we got going on, but I hope y'all having a blessed day. I'm just here dolo on a Sunday morning, being very, very productive, but I had a lot of things on my mind that I just wanted to educate the young brothers and sisters out there, primarily the young brothers though. I just hope y'all can pay attention and take notes and really try to fathom what I'm trying to say, because once you can understand this, you're going to be closer to the finish line that you're trying to end up at, if that makes sense. A lot of us has goals and aspirations that we want to accomplish in our lives, right? Some of us want to be professional entrepreneurs. Some people want to be doctors, lawyers, physicians. Some people want a family. Some people want to make 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Whatever the case may be, the higher your goals are, the harder you have to work. Remember that the higher your goals are, the more you have to work. A lot of people, around my age, I'm currently like 20 years old. A lot of people who are my age, young and still in school, they want a lot in life. I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely do. They want to make a lot of money. They want to travel. A lot of women want experiences. They want to have the world to them, which is cool. We can all have our wants and needs, but do you deserve what you're asking for? You got to ask yourself that. Do you truly do? Because I can tell y'all what I want, and I can tell you this. I don't deserve shit I want right now because I ain't putting enough work. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put in the work every single day, do what I got to do to improve my fucking life. You got to do the same thing for yourself. I wrote a couple things down that I was thinking about because this is something that I want to address to a lot of people who would look up to me, because a lot of people who are young are just lost in this world. I'm going to just say it again. This is why you're trapped when you're 30, 35 and you're working a job you don't want to have, because you didn't really get what you had to do back in the day. You were just doing this, talking, chatting, right? That's what a lot of people do. Not a lot of people are taking action. They're just talking about it. But one thing I want to say is, I wrote this down here and I got my phone. But one thing I want to say was, invest in your time now instead of later. People want to play and have fun now and then work later. But if you work hard now, if you suffer and go through pain now, you're going to enjoy life later. I even created this quote. Quote me. I made this up. I said, you need pain to improve. Literally, you need pain to improve. Meaning it's going to hurt to get the things you want to get. If you play in a sport and you want to be the best that you can be, when you work out and practice every single day, it's going to hurt your body because you're trying to be the best. If you go to a workout and you feel no pain, you didn't put in no work. If you're trying to accomplish and making a certain amount of money, you don't have no idea what it feels like to lose, to wake up early, to make sacrifices, then you don't really want it that badly. Take your time now to invest. What do I mean invest? Invest in yourself. Learn certain traits and skills you need to learn in your industry. Whether you got to understand your business, whether you got to understand certain skills that you might need to improve. Take your time to invest. If you want to invest into stocks, learn the market. Don't just sit here and say, I'm going to invest into stocks every day. No, learn the market. Learn how to trade, where to trade, who to get tapped in with. Start watching videos. Pay for courses. Yes, you're going to have to pay your money. People look at a course and it's $500 or $1,000. I can't do it. But you expect all this information for free? That is not how the world works. You're going to have to pay a price to gather the information you're looking for. Take the time now to learn to do these things now so you can build yourself a system. If you really want to be financially free, you need to create a system. You see, one of my goals is I want to write a book. Me and my guy Nick, we got a lot of things that we talk about where it's like, these certain topics are not said at a normal conversation. It's just a lot of things in life that people go through that people don't even understand why it happens. One day I do want to write a book about talking about all the traps and about how to improve your life for the better, the things you must know as a man or a woman, just the truth about human nature and the truth about the world pretty much. One of the things that I always talk about is creating your own system. That's the way that you must take to create financial freedom. What do I mean by creating your own system? You need to find out a route, an equation that you can utilize that will make your life better in the long run. Every successful name that you know, entrepreneur, right? A person who has multiple streams of income, they created a system because that system that they built and worked on for years and years and years is now taking care of them. Whereas if they were a CEO of a company, they might not necessarily have to be at that company every single day. Why? Because they created a system and put people and things in place to work for them. So once you can understand that concept, you will understand how you can create multiple streams of income. Then you can understand how you can live your life and do the things you want to do, whether you want to travel, you want to do this, you want to live in this place, you want to, whatever you want to do. We all have our own preferences, wants, and needs, which is okay. But you got to, put in the work now. to obtain that later. Fellas, like if you my age, young 20s, you was high school, bro, stop chasing women, bro. Stop chasing women. Every day is not about ass and parties and drugs. You're like, forget that life, bro. Put in the work now. Like, put in the work now. The woman will be there when you're there. Women do not like bums, bro, because a lot of y'all guys out there waste your time and waste your money on women who does not want you. You shoot your shot. You try to go out. You try to go to a club or to a party and approach a woman and try to offer her nothing, literally. Why do you think women like older men? Literally, like, if you 20, 21, like, listen, why do you think women like older men, right? I knew that at an early age because I remember when I was in high school, when I was a freshman, all the girls liked the seniors. Why? They were more mature, they all had cars, and they had more experiences. We couldn't compete. As a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, you couldn't compete with a 17-year-old, 18-year-old guy driving a nice car in high school, right? And the same thing applies in the real world, man. It's going to be tough when you're 19, 20, 21, because the girls your age, guess who they want? They want experiences. They want men who's more established, right? And guess who fits that category? Older men. Men who's 28, 29, 30, 35, 40 even. You can't compete with a 40-year-old, man. You a guy living at your mom's house in college in debt. When this man got 3 businesses, he lives in Manhattan, he lives in Miami, and he's making 6 figures a year. He wears a Rolex on his wrist, right? He has 4 cars, right? How can you compete with that man? And he's probably like 29. Right? She will always pick him over you because he can offer her more. So why waste your time and chase her? Why? Man, if you want a woman, you want to have a world for her to come. I'm going to say it again. If you want a woman, you must have a world for her to come into. What do I mean by a world? You need to offer her experiences. You need to be the man who's established, right? She shouldn't be your mom and got to clean you up and do X, Y, and Z. She just got to be an addition to your life. She shouldn't be a necessity to your life. Most of y'all be going out bad because y'all be 20, 21 giving a woman everything. And then guess what happens when you give a woman everything? She gets tired of you. And then she finds a man that she can't replace. A man who got more money, more status, and power than you. And guess what? Now you left in the dirt. Now you crying and lost. Why? Well, what the hell happened? What's going on with me? Why? Because you put her first instead of yourself. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to be a lone wolf. You're going to have to be dolo. You're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. You're going to have to go out and go to clubs less. Because by you saving your money, your time, and your resources, you can put those time and resources into something else, like investing in the things that will actually make your life more prosperous. Like, it's very simple, but the work is very hard. I will say that. It's very simple, but the work is hard. You're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to. You have to. Like, there's just no other way around it. You must make sacrifices. I promise you this, if you put the time now, it will benefit you in the long run. I promise. It will be worth it if you work hard enough. If you do your due diligence and work hard enough, the investment into your life will be worth it. If you waste your time, man, you're just going to be a miserable 35-year-old working at a job that you just hating. And you're going to ponder and look back about your past like, damn, man, I remember that idea, X, Y, and Z. Because let me tell you this, bro. Let me tell you this, man. You better hop on whatever that you can now before it's too late. There were so many things that I knew about and that I was aware that could have accumulated money or changed my life. But I always said, nah, I'm going to do this. Nah, I'm going to do that. And guess what? Now hopping into that same industry is damn near impossible. And even if it is possible, it's way more hard than it could have been back then because now more people's in the game, more people learn the formula, and now it just got more difficult for the average person to hop in. Perfect example. Remember when Bitcoin was $800 and no one believed in cryptocurrency? At this day, what's today's date? Hold on. It is July 25th, 2021. Right now, one coin is like $36,000. But all the people who were saying invest in Bitcoin, didn't want to hear it. Now they're sick. Those people saying, nah, I'm a multi-millionaire. Nah, they're really a multi-millionaire because they took a leap of faith. There might be something in your industry that you might know about that could, change your life. But you might keep stalling and pushing it back. And guess what? Now a year passed by and that same little thing you knew was not the same right now. With that being said, that was the message of the day. Invest in your time now. Do not chase. They will be at the finish line when you cross the finish line. I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope you make something out of it. Go invest. Go learn something. Go read a book. Go do whatever and be productive. It's your boy Ooch and I'm out.